Dr. Seuss is the most well-known name in children's books. His rhymes catch attention of the younger audience, and his book The Lorax is one of the many he has written. I chose to read this because when I was younger, my mom would make me and my brother each pick up a book to read, and I picked this one almost every time. If I read the whole book, it would be way too long, so I will start halfway through. But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong, for just at that minute, a chap came along, and he thought the thneed I had knitted was great, and he happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax. You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy. I repeat, cried the Lorax, I speak for the trees. I'm busy, I told him. Shut up, if you please. I rushed across the room, and in no time at all, built the radio phone. I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers, uncles, and aunts, and I said, listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Onceler family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the road to North Nitch. Turn left at Weehawken, sharp right at South Stitch, and in no time at all, the factory I built, the whole Onceler family was working full tilt. We were all knitting thneeds, just busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of the truffula trees. Then, oh baby oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees at one smacker. We were making thneeds 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he did not show up any more. But the next week he knocked at my new office door. He snapped, I am the Lorax who speaks for the trees, which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown barbaloots, who played in the shade of their barbaloot suits, and happily lived eating truffula fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffula fruit to go round, and my poor barbaloots are getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies. They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys, he cried, and sent them away. I, the old Onceler, felt sad as I watched them go, but business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies in their tummies, you know. I mean no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons. I biggered the loads of the thneeds I shipped out. I was shipping them forth, to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more thneeds, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then, again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes. Then that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. I am the Lorax, he coughed and whiffed. He sneezed and snuffled, he snargled, he sniffed. Onceler, he cried with a cruffulous croak, Onceler, you're making such smogulous smoke. My poor swummy swans, why, they can't sing a note. No one can sing who has smog in his throat. And so, said the Lorax, please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month, or a year, to escape the smog they smogged up around here. What's more, snapped the Lorax, his dander was up, let me say a few words about Gluppity-Glup. Your machine chugs day and night without stop, making Gluppity-Glup also Schloppity-Schlop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old Onceler man, you. You're glumping the pond where the humming fish hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off, oh their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary, in search of some water that isn't so smeary. And then I got mad, I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, now listen here, Dad, all you do is yap yap and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, though, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffula trees into thneeds, which everyone needs. And at that very moment we heard a loud whack. From outside the fields came a sickening smack on the axe of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. No more trees, no more thneeds, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts and everyone all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under smoke-smuggered stars. Now all that was left neath the bad-smelling sky was my big, empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad, sad, backward glance, as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself, took leave of this place, through the hole in the smog without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left, here in this mess, was a small pile of rocks with one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago. But each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years, while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all my heart. But now, says the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you, who cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Onceler. He lets something fall. It's a triphylla seed, and the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the triphylla seeds, and the triphylla trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new triphylla, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back.